We're live. Welcome to the show, the PremTalk Podcast. I think it's episode 5, featuring the one and only Tony from Early Doors Football TV. His link for his channel will be in the description. Does similar content to me, does loads more live streaming. But I mean, that's something I'm going to address. I'm going to do more live streams. I'm going to do twice a week. I'm going to do a Q&A show, a Premier League Q&A show with guests. That's in production at the minute. It's just going to be sorting that out. But Tony does loads of shows. The Sunday night takeaway, the good, the bad, and the ugly. His link will be in the description. Go and click that link when you see it on the replay. Or failing that, go into the other episodes on this podcast. His link's already there. Click on it. Go subscribe to his channel. It's a brilliant channel. Plenty of banter on there, and it's good fun. So thanks, boys, for joining us. We're gonna talk about the Premier League this weekend. We're gonna talk about our fixtures from this weekend and for next weekend, like a preview. Then we're also going to talk about the Fantasy Premier League, which is pretty good for me at the moment because I'm top of the league at the moment. I don't know how I've done that, but yeah, great news for me. But just before we get into the show, let's just have a look at these 2 comments that we've got before we kick off. This is John Rowan. He's talking about Arsenal. Don't think we're going to sign a striker. Can't see it. Also, Villa on Saturday, rotation of the team. Trossard in for Martinelli, Calafiori in for Zinchenko. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, John, because we're going to start with Arsenal versus Wolves in a 2-0 victory. Got to beat Villa Saturday, and it was good to see Raya shouting at his defence on Saturday. A wake-up call, sloppy at times. Yes, they were sloppy at times. Saliba was, surprisingly, as well. And now he's live in the chat as well. Those were comments that was posted before the show. And now John's in the chat. Good evening, chaps. Hope you well. Hope you well too, John. So we're going to start the show with the Arsenal victory at home to Wolves. Great first half. I think we were sloppy at times, as John has said. Saliba gave the ball away needlessly a couple of times. A couple of loose passes from him and Thomas Partey. Problems on the left-hand side, which I mentioned in an upload, with Zinchenko losing so many duels in that game and Martinelli not really looking up to scratch at the moment. So, Anthony, what did you think of the game?
Yeah, I thought it was good first half. Second half, it kind of it dipped off. Even though, Saka got the goal in the second half. Havertz got the first goal. I just want to say, Lee, I thought it was 2 good goals. That cross in, Havertz getting on, and I thought I couldn't believe it when that ball crossed in and Havertz headed it. And it went in. I thought, fucking hell, he scored with his head. And I just couldn't believe it. He normally misses from at least 2 yards out with those headers, doesn't he? So, so that was quite, exciting, like, sort of thing, if you want to put it that way. You touched on Martinelli. I'm going to be honest with you. I said it in shows. I said it in tennis shows. He has lost the yard of pace. Mm-hmm. He plays with his head down. He's not. Is a good footballer. When you're running with the ball, you always have your head up. Okay, you look at the ball as well, but you look at the position of where your players and where they're coming from. Obviously they're going to make that back running into the box. They're going to try to keep up level with you, so they didn't want to be offside. I don't see Martinelli looking up and trying to pick out a pass or ping a cross into the box to somebody else to get it. I'm going to be honest with you now, Lee. I feel Martinelli. I think he's on thin ice now at Arsenal Football Club. I really do. I think he's getting thinner and thinner, and the goals are not coming from. Well, look at last season. 6 goals. Is poor. I'm not too sure if he's got personal problems or anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. we all know footballers have an off season. We're all human at the end of the day. It's like when we're at work, we get an off day, they get an off season, right?
Yeah,
But in all fairness, it's like what I'm saying. I can't see him at Arsenal for much longer. If he's going to go, I don't think he's going to go in this window. I think the way the league is going, depending on where we are in the league, in the next window, the January transfer window, you might see some more movement there from Arsenal in that January transfer window. Unfortunately, I think it will be Martinelli. Personally, I like him. You know, he's a good player, but he's just not doing it at the minute. And all of last season is too long now. So I think we'll give him half the season, see what he can produce. Listen, I think Trossard, you've got to give that left hand side to Trossard. You can't give it to Martinelli anymore. So basically, Martinelli is a bench warmer. Let's not forget, Martinelli is a Unai Emery signing. He costs us £7 million at the most. So do you know what I'm saying? And he was in the lower leagues of the obviously in Brazil playing. So you know, I feel that he's like a lost soul as well. I said it on our shows, the good, the bad, the ugly. That left back position. I mean, the right back is secured with Ben White and Saka. You know, if you notice throughout the games of last season and even in that Wolves game, the most of the attacking was going down that right hand side. I mean, how many times did Saka have the ball compared to Martinelli in that game? You know, I mean, in all fairness, I just watched the highlights, the videos on YouTube, and I watched the highlights of the match of the day. You know, that's the only bit I've watched from this Arsenal Wolves game. I've seen the goals, obviously, but yeah, it's like a lost soul. He's like a lost soul right there. If he can up his game, depending if Calafiori or Timber is going to play behind him to help him out, you know, so they can do overlapping or whatever. Something's got to click. That spark is not happening on the left at the minute. You're dropping Trossard. You're not playing Calafiori. You're playing Martinelli. You're playing Zinchenko. It doesn't work, and he's playing that inverted still. So in all fairness, I can understand now why our attacks are going down the right.
yeah,
And when we're on the game, I just want to say, Raya, he made a mistake in this game, playing out from the back again, and it got covered. You know, we were lucky, you know, it was sorted out, you know. But it's like what I said, Raya has got to stop playing from the back. I think he passed the ball to either. It was either. I think it was Saliba actually, because you mentioned Saliba. I think it was the pass out to Saliba, and he got tackled Saliba. And then Wolves could have scored. They literally could have scored. But
they could have
but
two great chances.
exactly, yeah. And Raya being at the right place at the right time, saving the ball. So these are simple mistakes that I can see in the game, and simple mistakes. In all fairness, Mikel Arteta should be seeing, and he should be sorting out these mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play out from the back. I know he likes doing that. It's dangerous. Don't do it. Just kick the ball at the pitch.
Yeah. What I think the reason why he does that is to keep the ball, because you know he likes to keep the ball, and we don't always keep the ball when you kick it long out from the back from a goal kick. He likes, but it is dangerous. I do agree, and I'm agreeing with what you say as well on that left hand side with Zinchenko at left back, maybe with a Timber or a Calafiori in that left back slot. It might help Martinelli more because you know when Unai Emery brought him in. You know, Saka was playing at left back, and that left hand side looks electric to me.
Yeah.
Saka's moved over to the right hand wing now. We obviously know that. We know now he's an inside forward on the right hand side. But that he needs that support behind him, Martinelli. Where Trossard could cope better with a Zinchenko because he don't mind. He does the donkey work. He works a lot harder. I think Martinelli struggles to get back. I know he's got that burst of speed, but maybe that might take a lot out of his engine for him to come back. It could be, I don't know, but it does.
I mean, if you actually watch, sorry to cut in, Lee. If you actually watch when Trossard is playing and Zinchenko is behind him, every time that Zinchenko got the ball and he goes forward, you notice he goes inverted. But have you noticed the Trossard? He sort of goes inverted as well with him. So it's like, well, if you're going inverted, you're not going to pass the ball out to me on the left as much. You're going to be passing the ball up front. So this is why Trossard, he sort of when he gets that ball, he runs in and he gets the ball mainly inverted, and then he runs into the box. Trossard. It's very rare you see Trossard obviously keep crossing the ball through the 90 minutes. He's a good player. He's got pace. He's got skill. He's got a good footballing brain as well. So he will, as soon as he receives that pass in the middle of the park, that's when he exploits it and goes through into the box. I don't know if anybody has noticed that, but I've noticed that in games. If we play Zinchenko and Trossard, Trossard goes inverted as well. He cuts in. So
they keep the line and it pushes the whole team over.
Yeah,
Trossard's more direct than Martinelli. I mean, Anthony, I've said it many a time about Martinelli as well as Saka. Sometimes you can read what they're going to do before they've even played the ball because it's going to go down the wing and they cut it in. And Martinelli's one of those as well. I mean, Lee's saying about the burst of speed, and you're saying about obviously he's dipped in form. And when you look at it, wingers, you get two types of wingers. You're going to get the one that will kind of run up and down, on the edge of that pitch all day long. Got that engine. And then you've got the other ones, they'll go forward, but defending, that's for the other person. I'll let him do it. I'll let him do it. And unfortunately, at the moment, your weak link is between Oshli and Zinchenko. And I think if you look at it, Timber coming back, now you've got a Calafiori. Maybe Arteta's just saying, okay, let's see what the old guard can do first of all. And, it's the first game. I suppose in certain respects, he's thinking, Wolves, it's an easy game. We should see this one across the line. And then the next couple of games coming up, I can then start making more changes to be a bit more stronger as a unit. Because going forward, you're not a problem at all. I mean, like as Anthony said, Saliba, he did have a couple of mistakes in him. Maybe that £150 million price tag over his head could be the one that, as Anthony's talked about before, could be that. But at the same point, you looked fairly decent. Unfortunately, when you looked at Sunday, just kind of not to take the shine off of it a little bit, up step City, and they looked 10 times better.
Yeah, they did.
So that's your benchmark, basically.
Yeah. We've got a question here from McManus. Do you think Martinelli's drop in form is due to not having Tierney behind him? So many times Martinelli looks isolated, but what I will say about Martinelli is he needs to look up. Yeah, Tierney doesn't invert. He stays right. He's a proper left back. He's a proper, in my opinion, this is anyway. He's a proper defender. He's not a midfielder like Zinchenko is. Zinchenko's basically a midfielder playing at left back. I mean, Granit Xhaka's done that a few times as well over the years. But Tierney's a proper. So Martinelli might be more confident with Tierney behind him because he knows that he's, as you said, I'm going to leave that for the defender to deal with. So he's more confident that Tierney would be that defender to cover him. But Zinchenko ain't, because although he's told to invert, he's got to cover his own left back spot as well, and he's not good enough to do that. He doesn't get back quick enough. He doesn't get when it turns over and we lose possession. They expose that side all the time. They always expose that side because Zinchenko they know he's not good enough to get back quick enough. And if he does get back quick enough, he's not a good enough defender to stop the winger. On the other side, he's not good enough, and he gets skinned all the time, doesn't he? All the time.
Yeah. But 60% of the possession, 60% was actually when Wolves was attacking. It was down that left-hand side. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a guy. I don't like stats. But when you actually look at the stats of the game, you read up about the game. 60% was attacking down that left-hand side. And that was what Wolves were trying to do, exploit and get that ball into the box to get something. So obviously they saw Pedro Neto now. So obviously there were all those goals down from him. So, it's like I said, we were very lucky we played Wolves. I think Wolves are going to be very weak this season. I think they might have enough just to survive, maybe. But we got to be thankful we was playing against Wolves and not like a Man City, Liverpool, Man United. Because
I've said that as well. We could have been a completely different story, Anthony. Could have been a completely different story. I did have something else on my mind then, but it's just gone out of my head. Has to start Trossard on Saturday. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. He has to start. He has to. Arteta pissed me off. Why don't he just go out and spend 50 million on Tony? Because Tony's got a bad attitude. No one wants. Have you noticed? Nobody wants Tony.
It looks like he might be going Saudi now.
Saudis, yep. Aliel Headed or something, isn't it? Aliel Head, whatever they're called. Looks like that's a possibility. Brentford wanted too much money for him. This is what I've heard. First of all, they wanted 80 million, then it went to 60. Then it was dropped again. It was dropped down. Anthony mentioned to me the other day that there could be as low as 20 million for Ivan Toney, and that's when I thought to myself, let's ask a few questions in the video about swapping him for Eddie Nketiah. That would be a deal that I would be happy to do, because I'd rather have Ivan Toney on the bench than Eddie Nketiah if I had a choice. It does look like Ramsdale is heading for Wolves on loan. That could be a possibility, but they want an obligation to buy, not an option to buy. They're negotiating. That's something else that's being negotiated at the moment with John. So apart from that, apart from the few mistakes, Arsenal got the win, and next week we go to Aston Villa. And Aston Villa, don't forget, beat us home and away last season in the league. Our old manager, Unai Emery, he's got our number a little bit. Also beat us in the Europa League when we went up against. Who was he managing then? I can't. The Spanish team.
Seville, was it? Seville.
Was it Seville? No, it wasn't Seville.
Yeah.
It was. Someone in the chat.
Well, it's either.
He won it with Seville. He won it with Seville 2 or 3 times. But
Villarreal, was it?
Villarreal.
Yeah.
That was it. Villarreal, and yeah. So Emery seems to have his number a little bit. So I mean, Villarreal, McManus has put it in the chat as well. Thank you, sir. It does seem to have our number, and beat us home and away last season, knocked us out of the Europa League with Villarreal. I mean, what's going to happen? And we're away. The first game is at Villa Park, so we're going to need to be on the ball for this game. No messing around. I think we can do it. I think we can beat them. I think we're going to have to change that left-hand side completely. Like it's already been mentioned, put someone else in for Zinchenko and put Trossard in for Martinelli. And I think we're pretty solid. I think we'll do all right. Would you think? Actually, Thomas Partey as well. Thomas Partey got a bit tired, didn't he, towards the end of that game? And he made a few little mistakes as well in the game against Wolves. So would you start with Thomas Partey?
I think you'd have to. I don't get me wrong. He was poor. I didn't think he had a great game.
No.
It was if you was to give Thomas Partey a rating out of 10, the most you could most probably give him, and this is it the most, it's most probably a 5 out of 10. That's the most that you could. That's the most that you could have given him. I feel he's branched off a bit. He's just. Listen, I mean, this is another player that was talking about at the end of towards the end of last season up until now. Is a possibility that he could be leaving. I mean, there's another Saudi team that wants Thomas Partey. That's the only option that he's been given to like a team within that league is Saudi. Obviously, if he goes there, wishing the best of luck. He's obviously the players are going to be attracted by the money. What's with these Saudi teams is obvious. Is all that at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but. It is what it is on that one. But
that's not going to last, though, in my opinion, Anthony. That Saudi league, it happened years ago with China. Everyone was going to China.
China put in the actual state put in taxes on the signings. So basically, they wanted their homegrown talent to get through. That's the reason why the China football market died a death. Saudi is a completely different beast, and they're unlimited with cash. There's a difference, and they won't be sanctioned like the state did with China. So I think you'll see a completely different kettle of fish with this.
You educated me there, Tony. You educated me. I just thought it just collapsed and everyone got.
No. You got to remember, China's still a secret state, and basically they don't like when outsiders interfere with their own kind of business, basically. And this is the reason, because obviously all the players were going there signing for big money.
Yeah,
that's what they thought. Now you know what, time to put a stop to this, and that's why I say they put taxes on there and limited the clubs what they can, how many kind of foreign players they can actually sign.
Yeah. Would you sign McManus Gaming? Would you?
Would I sign him? Yeah, I'd sign him up. He's a decent player. Not bad at all.
No, sorry. I can't. My eyes went a bit funny. Would you put Timber at left back?
Absolutely.
He come on left back, didn't he, in that game against Wolves?
Yeah. West Ham's already got McManus playing for him. Jimmy Somerville. Is that
Oh, by the way, everyone in the chat, if you like gaming, McManus Gaming, go and search him on YouTube. He's got his own channel as well. Does gaming chat. I'm not sure. I'm not a gamer. I'm not really sure what games. You can put your game in the chat if you want, McManus, and I'll put it up on the screen. But I'm not sure about game. I'm not a gamer. But if you're a gamer and you like doing watching on gaming, McManus's channel is the one for you. Go and sign. Subscribe to that one. Yes, I will play Timber at left back. Still no sign of Mourinho. That's going to be done. They're just signing out the last dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that one. That's for the
they're waiting for the ink to dry or something, are they, Lee?
Yes, I know it's been so long, isn't it?
You know what, Dave? This Mourinho deal. Do you remember? If you cast your mind going back a few seasons ago, do you remember we wasted that whole January transfer window trying to get Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa,
and we did
right?
It.
This is what it feels like in this window. Honestly, this is what it feels like. I think the money's there. That one of the teams, one of them's being stupid. In other words, one is either us or the other, or Real Sociedad are playing what I call silly buggers. Yeah. It's like, hurry up, get the deal done, get the contract signed, and get him in for a medical, and then let's call him an Arsenal player.
When
this is going on.
As soon as Zubimendi knocked back Liverpool, I thought it was just going to go through. I thought that's what he was waiting on. I thought that deal was waiting on.
This is too long, Lee. I can't do it personally. He might not come.
Yeah,
he might not come. All this talk and all this hype and God knows what else. He might not come. We might have to switch to somebody else to come in, or if not, it's like what I said on the show. It'd be taking Zinchenko out of that left back position and putting him up midfield.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two. I can't see him coming. Or if he comes, great. Okay, fine. But in all fairness, why is it taking too long? And it seems like we are wasting a whole transfer window to sign this player for around about 25 million. It's pointless. Go somewhere else. Look at West Ham. They've signed 8-9 players so far this season. Yeah. You've got 10. You've got
Chelsea 10 again. What the fuck?
And Chelsea. Yeah, they got it all. I mean, to be honest with you, you got 10 days. In all fairness, I can see West Ham sign another 16 players from now to the end of the window. Forest Part 2.
The next one that's on the cards is Sola from PSG. That's the next one that looks like could possibly have a bit of meat behind it.
They must have a few quid at the minute.
Oh, God, no doubt I'm going to be here and all that tomorrow. God, Jesus.
Sorry, let's just go through some of these comments, boys. But Man's party looks like he's lost a yard of pace. It's time for him to move on. 2 million injuries, 2.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I do like Thomas Partey. I think he'd be a good backup on the bench like we had El Neni there for 2 or 3 seasons past, what we should have had him for. But he was just sat there ready to come on and do a job. Well, everyone was calling him Ronsil. He does what he says on the tin. But just do a little job for a couple of games here and there just to keep the numbers up. But he wasn't nothing fantastic. But, he was well loved at the club as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Forest possibly in for Nketiah. Yeah, we spoke about that before.
Yeah, but the problem with this one though is the fact of you're still trying to hold out between 30 and 35 million pound for the player. And it's another one. I can see Anthony saying it again. It's another one we've thrown money away from, which we could have got and taken.
They rejected a 25 million offer with some add-ons, but we sort of spoke about this earlier, me and Anthony, and they've apparently there's an offer on the table now, 25 million with an extra 10
million add-ons, so it brings it up to 35. But
so that deal goes through. That I mean, if that's true, and that is the deal that they've offered, you've got to bite their hands off for that one, surely.
Yeah.
Tony, if you sign me, you'll be disappointed. That was a slip of the tongue.
Have you seen some of the West Ham players we've signed over the years, McManus? You're fitting like a glove, mate. Don't worry about that. You'll have no worries there.
Yeah, there's one of your best ones. Jimmy Summerfield. Have a little respect. Thanks for the shout out, mate. No worries. And this is his channel at the McManus Gaming. His channel's right there. If you like gaming, go and have a look at his channel on YouTube. John, Sterling being left out by Chelsea. Surely Arsenal ain't made a bid for him. I freaking hope not. I really hope not. We don't need him.
Good cover for Saka.
Yeah. Is he going to sit and be covered though? He's going to start upsetting the squad, isn't he? He's another one with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, bit of an attitude. You didn't hear good things about him at City either, did you? Like he had a little bit of a stinking attitude, didn't he? He's in the paper a couple of times. I know that tattoo that he had done. I know that was a little bit of victimisation, probably, but he,
Well, for well, Lee, if you go City and that, you're not number one. They all are.
Oh, exactly that, and he got his knickers in a twist a little bit, didn't he? A few times. So, question for the Hammers, man. His name's Tony, John. Did they make Villa?
Did Villa look good? So, evening, John, as well. Again, basically, Villa were strong. There's no two ways about it. That I didn't see much of the game myself, but I did hear the commentary, and we did well to keep the scoreline down. Villa looked extremely good, but I look at it the other way. I look at this flip side. As Anthony said, we've signed 8 players, and the one thing Lopetegui didn't do was put them all out there. He's obviously, in my eyes, the way I see it, and I could be wrong, he's looking at the, keeping the old guard in, and basically, you never know. He might have said to him during the week, "You're going to start on Saturday, but this is your opportunity to shine." And obviously, I've signed the new boys. If you don't kind of toe the line, it's an easy one. The next game, you're going to be dropped. Kufal, he's been, pretty solid for us most of the time he's been there, but Saturday's game, he was woeful by all accounts. Souček, he got the penalty, and also he could have scored an equaliser near the end, but again, he's kind of looking a bit susceptible now, and this is maybe why we're looking at this Sola to kind of fill in with Alvarez. He's coming back from injury, but you boys have got to wait. I mean, Villa do look good. He signed some players this window as well, so they are looking strong. They were strong contenders, I mean, if you look at it. We let them in. The first goal, Onana. For me as a manager, them corners I take all day long. Curving into the box, and literally Onana was unmarked, and it was a simple tapping with his head. Yeah. And then on from that, we got the penalty. Paqueta took it really well. Quite a classy penalty from him.
Yeah.
And of course, the irony of all the players that we was looking to sign during this window, John Duran. Off the bench he comes, and he bangs in the winner.
You were speaking about him last week, weren't you?
Yeah, mate. And he goes and he bangs in the winner. So he celebrated with the Villa fans, but there was some kind of cryptic messages from the club, from both clubs, about the player itself. So I don't know if it's still on the cards. Could be a loan to buy option near the end of this transfer window, but we'll wait and see, because we're still looking to get another forward.
Yeah.
I think with your team, Tony, do you know, it's like what you said, obviously against the Villa side, you didn't really play any of your new signings at all. It was like you went with the players you had last season, see what they had, what the opportunity, what they can give on that pitch within the 90 minutes. But I thought, as the games go on through the season, anybody's not performing is like, right, and you're gradually going to see these players you sign They're coming into the team and they're going to start playing games and try and make them gel, in with your other players. I feel that if that's the case, I mean, Wan-Bissaka used to be playing him at right back. Obviously, you good decent player at right back. Somerville, I mean, someone that you weren't too sure to start off with, but now you sort of, you've got used to the ideal that he's at the team. I think he's going to be a good player, Somerville, given game time under his belt. It's that sort of players you need. Mainly play the new defenders you've signed. Because the defense was poor last season. We touched on it last season.
Yeah, it did. I mean, Kilman looked good. Kilman was good. He actually started. Guido Rodriguez, he started as well. Had moments. I think that could be the fact of getting used to the Premier League, but it's early days for him as well, basically. But yeah, you're right what you're saying, Anthony. I think the good thing, I think, more than anything else, is something that you guys have already said before. We've actually got we've got a kind of decent bench now. Whereas before, Arteta, Moisey, they look over their shoulder and think, "Fuck, I've got to pick from that load of shit."
Yeah.
Who do I bring on, kind of thing. Now it's a case of he can wet his lips, and it's like, he can do this, and this one can do that. We've got more choice, so it's good. He's addressed the issues that Moyes never addressed, which is one good thing. Like I said, we're still probably looking at 2, possibly 3 players still coming in, and then that'll be business done for the summer. So I think you'll see in the next couple of games we'll see a few changes going on. Obviously, we've got we've got Crystal Palace, our bogey team at Selhurst Park, so that's not a one I'm looking forward to going to. Then we've got a nice easy game the week after that. We got got City, so we're doing really well on that. And then I think it's the cup game after that as well. So maybe that's the chance he's going to give some of the newbies a bit more of a run out.
Yeah,
I hope that answers your question, John.
You answered it lovely. I've even changed the banner for Hammer Time.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So listen, I'll just quickly answer this one. Just read this comment. Sorry, this Mourinho deal was doing my head in. I'm sure Anthony said he's their third choice midfielder. Why are we looking at third choice and spending all this time on a deal? We should be looking at better.
Anthony, did you say he's related to Arteta or something?
No, I didn't say that, but it's most probably. It most surprised me.
No, apparently he is. He's related somewhere. Even Arteta, there's some relation.
There's
for the family ties.
It's weird. I mean, he is the third choice. I mean, the first choice is Zubimendi. Then they got another midfielder in there. I forgot his bloody name. And then if any of them are injured, any of them two are injured, then he comes up as in the third replacement. Now, obviously, the reason why he's cost more was because he was selected. He was in the Spain squad that won the Euros. So when that happens, if a team comes in and they're interested in one of your players, obviously you've got to understand the money gradually goes up, right? Which is true. This is the reason why he's gone from 17 million up to 25 million plus add-ons. So there could be in the region of 30 million for this Mourinho in total. I mean, we talked about this. I get fed up of talking about him now, to be honest with you, Lee, because to me it's like that Douglas Luiz that January transfer window where it's an all bloody transfer window wasted on one particular player. If you go in for a player, right? If you can't sign that player within a week, within 7 days, forget it. Go somewhere else, because you're negotiating for this particular player. If you're after him, you turn around and say, right, what? Don't scrimp and scrape, sort of like say, well, this is the money, and then give him the money. It's that simple. I mean, like we talked about it earlier in the stream today. I mean, Arsenal, we were in the Champions League. We were the most televised football team last season. So think of all the TV rights that we got injected into our squad, the money for the Champions League, for the Premier League, you're talking the best part of 200 million, if maybe a little bit more. So, I mean, for them to turn around and say, oh, well, we haven't got much money, we need to sell players before we buy them. Well, I tell you what, if you want to steep so low, why not go for the players, get them signed, and the players that you want, which is called your deadwood, even if somebody comes in 15 million quid, get rid of them, especially from the likes of Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson. That'd be a 30 million combined profit, and it's that's 200 grand a week off your wage bill.
Yeah.
So do you know what I'm saying? So it does make sense in one way. Get the players what you want, and then offload your deadwood. Even if you don't think you're going to get that much, sell them.
Yeah,
it baffles you the other way though, Anthony, because when you look at it, like you said, them players you mentioned, they're pure profit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the fact that you're, I don't know if it's Edu, I don't know if it's Arteta, that are kind of digging their heels in to get top dollar for these players. It's like, it ain't costing us nothing, apart from the wages, obviously. It's cost us nothing to produce this player, and it's 100% take it and run. You can offset it for all other things. So why they're doing that, I don't know. It just seems, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. As you said, you want to balance the books. If they want to worry about FSR and all that stuff, then get shot. As you said, that £200,000 a week, a week you're saving, nearly a million pound a month you're saving in wages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that you're saving straight away. Just going on John's question there. Cheers, Tony. How did Watkins play? Bear in mind, I don't think he was match fit because obviously where he was the Euros and that, he did okay in moments, but there's certain times where he just a little bit off key. I think this is why he made the switch with Duran. And no doubt Duran was a bit more lively what Watkins were. But no doubt, I think if he trains this week, he'll probably be sharp against you guys.
Yeah. Watkins was more deep. I watched the game, the West Ham, the Villa and West Ham game, and to me, Watkins seemed to be more deep. Like, do you remember how Harry Kane is in the Euros, coming back deep? That was what Watkins was like. Duran was up there because obviously, and I thought to myself, this ain't Watkins' game here. He's not. It just seemed hard and difficult for him to get into it.
Yeah, he was off the pace, that's for sure. Which is good for us anyway. It was pretty good in that respect.
Yeah.
I mean, just going on John's comment there, did you? I didn't see the match myself, but did you see the highlights, or did you watch the game? Spurs.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about them. Oh, listen, I can't wait to talk about this. We're gonna go on to that on the other. Let's go for the other thing. The other Premier League results. So, listen, the curtain raiser on Friday was Man United and Man United Fulham. Man United.
Man United Fulham.
Yeah, Man United Fulham. Yeah, it was. And I think Fulham done pretty well in that first half. And I think they was very, very lucky. Xerxes scored their goal. Just managed to he studied. It looked like he studied the goal in the. I watched the game. He studied the goal in right at the end, the 87th minute or something. I think it was. I've got something written down somewhere. It was late on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 90 something. Was it near enough?
I think it was Xerxes goal was 87th minute, something like that.
I think it was very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah, well, he wanted to take the shine off of Scott McTominay because he looked like it was going to be his goal, wasn't it, at that point? And just got his toe on it, basically.
Yeah. And, other results over the weekend was
both teams. Sorry, Lee, before you crack on with him. I mean, when you look at that game, it could have gone either way. The chances that both teams created, balls played across the box, no forward in there.
Yeah.
You think a forward, that's his bread and butter. Get a ball delivered into the box, tap it in.
Yeah.
But the chances they squandered was unbelievable from both sides.
I also thought that Emil Smith-Rowe, he didn't really. I mean, he looked like in them two pre-season games that he played in, he scored in both. Thought, this is, we're going to missing out on a player here. Don't know, he went missing. I mean, I don't know whether he was like a deer in the headlights a little bit for that game, but he went missing in that game. I wasn't really too impressed with his performance, and he did get subbed off in about the 60th minute. Hopefully he wasn't injured. But
no, I think that's damage limitation. You just got to
just
blood him back in because he's when you're not played for that period of time with you guys, you've got to blood the player in. Otherwise, before what's the point of signing him, exhausting him in no time, and then he's just sitting on the bench and then disappears.
Yeah.
Done the same situation like he's already had at Arsenal.
Yeah, I really thought that he'd want to prove a point. You know, when I said it about Lacazette when I thought we was going to be
playing. But one game doesn't make a player, does it? At the end of the day, you know, it's how the season goes.
He might be saving himself up for the Arsenal game and then embarrass us. Who knows?
Try.
Yeah.
But I mean, I knew Fulham was going to give them the game. I mean, they were very good defensively, then attacking, obviously, hence the scoreline 1-0. So, you know, it could have been more. But in all fairness, I think it was Fulham didn't play that bad. I mean, it was basically it was the final third of the pitch. You know, that was where the struggle was, you know, and you can actually, you can see it yourselves. They were really struggling up in that attacking role. With Fulham, I think they need a striker. You know, I think they need a proper striker, someone up there that can give them a bit of pace, you know, and can cause problems in that 18-yard box. You know, someone like a Kai Havertz, maybe. You don't know. Not saying him particularly, but a player along those lines, sort of thing.
They can have Eddie Nketiah. They can have him.
They could do. They can
have Reece Nelson as well. They can have them all.
Yeah. Hey, look, they've already put a bid in for them for Eddie Nketiah. We turned that bloody down, didn't we? Just when the Euros was on, going back when the Euros was being played. So that was that. The only thing that I'm actually proud of, I actually got this score line right in the we're doing a prediction, you know, and I've actually got this score right. I got the also I got the Villa and West Ham score prediction right as well. So there's that one. I think also, oh, by the way, did I not get Arsenal 2-0 right? Oh yeah, that's 3. Come on, so I got 4 right. I can't remember what the 4th one is.
I got 2 right in the Super 6. Do you play the Super 6?
I haven't, not yet. No, I used to.
I played the Super 6 this week, and I've just got into it. Didn't used to play it because no major reason anyway. But there's an app for Super 6 now. I didn't realise that. I thought you had to go to the Sky Sports app and then play it. But there's an app for Super 6 now. So and I played that. I've got the Man City Chelsea 2-0 and the Arsenal Wolves 2-0. I said 2-0 on both. The rest of them I got all completely wrong. But
yeah. Well, I got my ACCA right, my bet. I put with Ladbrokes, I got the app on my phone. So I put a £2 bet on I think it was 7, a 7-fold, but on accumulator, and I won 385 quid on the weekend. That wasn't that bad. So I mean, I'm known to have a little flutter there on the bets sort of thing, and I get more luck on the Scottish football, to be honest with you. But you know, I think win nothing on that. I think I've got about 4. I think I did 7 games and got 4 correct, and the rest of them was obviously I lost on. But yeah, this one, it's not just Premier League teams. I do like two in the Prem, 2 in the Championship, and I'll do something like maybe 1 in League One or swap it round a little bit, sort of thing. So, but yeah, 385 quid on the £2 bet. That's not bad, is it?
Brilliant. Absolutely. John reckons Arsenal going to win 2-0 we're away to Villa, John. We're away, mate. I mean, Villa have been a bit of a bogey team in the last season, definitely, and I think they beat us once the season before as well, if I remember rightly. I think they did. I think we drew and lost the season before that as well. I might be wrong, but I'm sure, because we can't seem to beat Unai Emery. I know it's been an issue. It's been a big issue.
It was a draw a lot.
I think Ipswich held up well against Liverpool in the first half of that game, the early kick-off.
Yeah, I mean, they scared them as well, didn't they? They actually scared them.
They played very well. They've got some players, Ipswich. They might be signing. I've seen on my phone today, was it Broza from Chelsea?
Yeah, Broza is another one they're looking at. I think they didn't they do one yesterday, saying a loan player. They got a player on loan. I'm trying to think where he come from there. So they're supposed to have got that one across the line as well. So they're slowly bringing some players in, because not being funny, when you look at the Ipswich team, it's virtually the team that came up from the Championship.
Yeah. The player you linked him, Calvin Phillips, they got.
Oh yeah, Calvin Phillips as well. Yeah,
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah. I've seen deja vu when I watch Sky Sports and see Calvin coming out of the car. Bloke comes, shakes his hand, all smiling and that. It all goes fucking south after that, mate. I can tell him that now.
It does, yeah. Did he have a bag? Did he have a Greggs with him? Did he go to Greggs before he turned out to
Yeah, that suitcase, mate. That were fucking his clothes.
No, okay, no. That was a sausage and bean melts, wasn't it?
They've been a bogey team to us since they got promoted back to the Premier League. We talked about Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah.
That's been a long time. What's that? 4-2. We beat Villa. Injury time goals. What we talk? You can't have been talking about last season. We lost both fixtures last season. John. It might be you talking about the season before. Perhaps you are. Yeah. So that Ipswich looks. They look very bright. I thought they'd done all right, but Liverpool showed their strengths at the end. Mo Salah, blinding player he is. Mo Salah, really. Once he got going, his goal, his assist.
He's good, Lee, but look at it. Man City's got Ipswich this weekend. Now, if I was to do a prediction, I would probably predict 4 or 5-0 Man City. I mean, let's be honest. A newly promoted team from the Championship, right? Luck was on their side last season, Ipswich, because I know that my other team, Bristol City, is in the Championship, and they didn't really sign hardly one player last season, and they had a back-to-back promotion sort of thing, roughly, Ipswich. So you think that now, but you look at it, 2-0. That's not great from Liverpool, is it? I mean, you're expecting something like, no disrespect. If that was something like West Ham, first game of the season, you can take that. Do you know what I mean? Because you haven't got the world-class players of him, like Salah, Haaland, and all this sort of player, all these players. But I'm not being funny. I thought that was poor on Liverpool. I know it was a win, clean sheet, 3 points in and 2 goals scored, but I was expecting more goals. I mean, look at that when we did our prediction score last week. We had people saying 4 or 5-0, even 6-0 to Liverpool. Some of them were saying on last week's show, weren't they, Tim?
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? So, in all fairness, I thought that was poor on Liverpool's half, winning 2-0.
Okay, I thought they'd done exactly what Arsenal did. Just try, just win the game and get the 3 points.
Yeah, but we have Wolves, didn't we? We have Premier League proven. That's how it is. Praise us up now, Lee. Praise us up, quick.
This will play the Premier League team. Yeah. I just want to take this moment quickly to let everybody know in the chat that there's a new show coming soon to Thursdays on this channel. It's going to be like a Premier League Q&A. We're going to have guests on the show, Anthony, maybe Tony sometimes if he's not busy. We're going to try and get some other guests from other channels and some people in the chat. We're going to get some of the viewers on as well on the panel. I'm on Instagram now. Getting with the times. I'm on Instagram. So, I mean, if you're on Instagram, follow me. I can find you. If you want to come on the show, message me on Instagram. I can send you a link. Can I send the link via Instagram?
You can do, yes.
You can do, yeah. Yeah. You can DM me to whoever's coming on.
I was on there before. I've been on there before. But I could never work out how to do it. So I just bombed it off. But I'm going to use Instagram there in conjunction with the YouTube channel. For reasons like this, you can private.
Well, I did tell you ages ago to bin that 3210 Nokia thing you had. So, you know what I mean? It's finally happened.
So that's the new show. It's good. So I want to get some people in the chat on McManus, John, Rowan. You want to come on? Get you on. We can get you on there. There's a few others that I want to get on there that always got some nice opinions and nice comments. Come on screen. Show your face. Ask some questions. Ask some questions out to the chat yourself. Ask me questions. Ask the other panelists. It's going to be a good show, hopefully, and we can start getting some interaction. Start getting some better interaction, I should say, with everybody that enjoys the channel and the content. So, I mean, I can't wait for that. Just gonna get that interaction pretty soon. But I mean, I just had to put that in there before it gets too late and while there's people in the chat, so you can hear it and know about it. So that is going to be. We're going to start promoting that one very soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week. There might be something else I've got to do this week. I'm not sure, but you know, we're going to get that out. We're going to get that up and running pretty soon. So sounds good to me. So McManus, yeah, mate. Listen, if you want to come on, it'd be brilliant to have you on. John as well, absolutely. I can't wait. So I'll just get some new people on the show, new faces, and hopefully we can get some, as I said, some interaction. After the Brighton game, internationals, yeah, that's after game 4, is it? Or is it game 3? No. We've got Brighton. It's after game 3, is it? Because we've got Villa away next week, and then we've got Brighton at home, then we've got Spurs and City away. So yeah, after the third game, it's international weekend.
Yeah.
Come on, Lee Carsley.
Come on, what?
No, God.
Lee Carsley. Come on, mate.
Lee Carsley, yeah. Interim manager. I think he might get it on a full-time basis. I mean, our last manager didn't win football, did he? So I think this one might be our next manager. Jesus. I hope I haven't had a few beers at the World Cup, and I can't find where my bloody caravans to. God, that was a nightmare.
And actually, for you guys, and that, you know, the North London derby it's actually early for a change.
Yeah, the away leg, the away one. I'm glad we're getting that out of the way.
15th of September. Wow, you know that's
talking to Spurs. Talking to Spurs, we are gonna come onto them very good. Let me just go through the results from the rest of the weekend. Everton versus Brighton. Brighton beat Everton 3-0. You know, I ain't bothered about that game. I've got not much to say about that. Brighton are a good side. They've always seemed to find players, Brighton. They always seem to find, they've got a great scouting network, haven't they?
Yeah.
Newcastle beat Southampton 1-0.
Linton. It wasn't the greatest, was it? The newly promoted team.
Played that well in that game, apparently. I mean, obviously, I only see the highlights of that. Yeah. Forest versus Bournemouth 1-1. Brentford beat Palace 2-1. Chelsea lost to City 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. I thought that'd happen anyway. I think Chelsea are a bit in disarray still. They've bought a load of new players. They keep doing it. They can't. They're not giving their players enough time to gel. And they're going out with Joel Felix again for whatever reason. I can't.
Well, that's apparently virtually a done deal. That is, and you're going to see Gallagher go the other way.
Gallagher's going the other way.
That looks like it's virtually a done deal. That one.
And the best result of the weekend happened. Well, not the weekend. Last night, Monday Night Football. I was watching. I see so many Spurs fans. I see a couple on the football terrace expressions. I see loads of Tottenham fans saying they've got a better squad than Arsenal. Right? This DJ, whatever Deji or whatever his blooming name is.
Deji Spurs.
Deji Spurs. That's him. He's nuts, him, isn't he?
He's brilliant.
My club.
He's brilliant. I like Deji. I was watching the game last night, and also I was watching his show. I even put a couple of comments in on the show, and I did sort of like praise him up first half sort of thing. I think this. I was keen on getting Solanke in at Arsenal. I don't know what, I just wanted Solanke in, and obviously they got him for 65 million. But I mean,
what did he look like? Anthony Solanke, did he look good in the white shirt, or has he already been Spurs? Has he already been Spurs? Has he already?
Yeah, it was too Spursy. To be honest with you, saying very dusty, you know. But yeah, I mean, you got to give Leicester credit. You got to give Leicester credit.
Jamie Vardy, like nearly 40 years old, is he?
38?
Yeah.
Coming off the bench and just equalising like that.
But did you see the classy thing he did to Romero?
I didn't see it. No.
Pointed to the Premier League win, and then going to him. You got back all.
Oh basically. Yeah, they've got one, didn't they? Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah, they got one, didn't they?
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I was runners up that season.
That's right. You were.
You should have won it that year and all. Spurs were close to being runners-up, but they capitulated.
But no, you got to commend Vardy. Say like for his age where he is, coming back into the Prem and still cutting it with the wrist basically. And when you look at it, I don't know what was going on there. It seemed like fucking Moses was beyond the goal because he suddenly went like that. The defence just parted and Vardy, it was easy just to tap it in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is now, hopefully, the moment you've all been waiting for. Boss. All the football chat is over. And now
look at the smile on his face, Anthony. Look at the smile on his face.
I know.
Look at it. Look
he said to me earlier, he said, "Do you know who's on top of who's top of the table?" I didn't. I said, "Well, it's got to be some wanker, ain't it?" And he started laughing. I thought, "Yeah, it's him."
The moment you will be after game week 1, we have got a leader. We've got a leader at the top of our fantasy Premier League, and you're gonna never guess who it is if you ain't in the league and you ain't looked already. I think McManus is in there.
Evening, Luca. Good to see you, Luca.
Hi, Luca. We're going to have a little look at the fantasy Premier League.
Turn that light off, Lee, in your room. The fucking beam from your smile is unbelievable. Just blinded me, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Tottenham were shocking. Laugh out loud. Yeah, John, listen.
They walked. Anthony, were they screaming out, Ange out? They want him out, didn't they? Want him gone
already?
Basically, if Ange is a sort of manager, it feels like what he wants, he wants to get. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, when you've got a chairman like Levy, it doesn't work. I mean, we all know Ange looked pissed off when he was a pundit on doing the Euros, and obviously the stuff that he was coming out saying in there was a few things happened to Tottenham, like decisions weren't going their way, VAR this, VAR that. This was what he was picking up on and chatting about. But I feel regarding players wise, trying to get some more players over the line, depending on how much they cost. Listen, if Ange wants them and Levy didn't deliver, I think Ange is one of those. I think he could quite possibly walk before he's sacked.
I'm thinking October, Anthony.
Obviously, it could happen. I was thinking more. You said October. I was thinking more like maybe December. Give it till then. Like, but
I think you might go a bit early. Because when you look at, before we got on Lee, sorry, Lee, I'll drop on this one. Because when you look at, the last couple of games for the last season, and his post-match talks, he weren't an happy bunny.
No.
And it was quite visible. And like you said, in the Euros and that, he still carried that grudge on.
That grudge on, he did, yeah. But it seems like to me, Tony, it's either Ange's way or the highway. And that's the impression he gives to me.
Yeah. No, exactly. Right, let's see this man gloat, Anthony, because we ain't going to be at the end of it, are we? Jeez.
No, we're not. No.
We know you're a modest man, Lee. We know you don't like bragging about it, kind of thing. You've only done it from start to beginning to the end.
Listen, I'll put the bottom of the league after next week's game.
Prolong it, Tony. Prolong it. What else do I talk about? Sorry. Yeah. What was that?
What it was, Anthony. I've just watching the custard set on the top of me. The thick skin. It's just watching that, mate.
Yeah.
Come on,
right,
Lee. Let's see it, mate. Let's see the table. Come on.
Right, how do I put it up?
Have you got it?
You took a Viagra. You didn't go up naturally.
I thought.
Oh my god.
Oh. How do I put it up? Do I do it on my phone?
So have you got it on your? So you go on present.
Present.
Yeah, click on present, and then you can see share screen.
I've got to put it on a tab first, didn't I?
Yeah, if you put it onto a tab.
Oh gosh, shit! I ain't done that yet. Oh.
I think that's it now. I think that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
It was an hour in.
Cheers, Lee. See you next week. Thanks for your time.
Fantasy. Oh god, I ain't put it up. Sorry for the old up.
Tone, can you put it up for him?
Have I got it? I don't know if I've got it on the thing.
Sounds like a whiz kid on the computer. He tells me he's not, but he is. He's Tone's a nerd. Right? Yeah, that was
I'll try fantasy. Hang on, I've got. Hang on.
You got it?
You got it? I bet it comes up slap bang in the middle between us.
What about this was? I've got a site. Oh God, what did I do this with? I feel like a complete donut now.
Hold on, let's see if I can get it up. No, wrong one.
Oh.
TV.
I forgot the password and everything. Oh shit. Where I've got it on my phone.
Bear with me. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, I bet it's on the. No, that's the wrong email. I should have done this before.
Hold on. Let's see now. Where's the table?
Because once you've done it, I think you can actually save it into the system, can't you? You could refresh it, and then you could just bring it up on shows whenever you want it.
Yeah. So let me have a quick look. So let's. Bear me, mate.
I should have had this ready on my show. I feel bad now. I'm still trying to find it myself.
Lee, if you see it on there now, I think you'd be able to bring it up from your screen. I don't know if you can see it on there.
Hang on, let me just go back. Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, click on that. There you go. So that's the team. That's the team of the accounts.
Is this?
This is the team of the week.
Is that the team of the week?
Yep.
Okay. So is that the one with the highest points?
Yeah. So let's have
That's Tim's team.
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that.
Your team. Look at that.
Yeah. So let's have. What is it? The fan league we're looking at. Let's have a quick butchers.
Is there a league there?
Is it us? Who's in this one? No, that's not us, is it? Where's our league? How'd you get the fucking league up on this?
Champions, is it Champions Stream or something it's called? Or?
Yeah, Champions Stream.
Bear with me, mate. We've got to try and find our bloody thing.
Yeah, if you scroll down to the purple bit at the bottom team, it says leagues. Keep scrolling down. That's it in the purple setting. Where do you see where it says league? Press on where it says league.
Oh, I can't do it. I don't know why it's not letting me sign in.
Look at tables, is it? Tables?
Yeah, leagues. Not tables. It's league. It says league.
Hold on, mate. Let me just go back there again.
Oh, God blame me.
I've got to remember my passwords and that for this.
Did you automatically save it?
Sorry, I can see it on Tony's one. Yeah, but I should really have it on.
Oh, you said password.
Oh yeah, league. Sorry, league. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, press on that, and then whatever league you're in, it should come. It should come up. So it should come up. Our league that should be in there.
We give it a name.
Yeah. Streaming Champions or something in it.
Streaming Champions League or something like that.
Got Champion Streaming League. Is that us?
That's it. That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
There you go. Right, got it.
God, that's bad, isn't it? We can't think of the name of our league. Bloody hell.
There we are. I'm 16th.
We can't see it.
Screw.
You got to scroll back. Can you scroll back? Is it scroll back up?
Oh, you know why? Because I'm on the other. Bear with me. That's what I've got to do. I've got to share the other. Let me come out of that one. Stop sharing. Share screen. That's the one. Right, put that up there, Lee. That should get you up there now.
There you go. Let me just get me bins and just gloat. So there we go. Football Dad's Army, top of the league after game week 1.
Okay, hang on, wait there. What, Fuzz is above me? I ain't having that. Fuzz is 2 points above me, and 10. Oh, blimey, bloody hell, Tone, you're getting outdone by a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
You're on the same points.
Joe Bristol Fighters.
Yeah.
Craigie Shambles. Lawrence is 13th. You off 12th. Fuzzy is 11th. James Charles Pure Blood. Peter O'Connor 9th. El Diablo. Hendon Gooner. He's 8th.
Yeah.
Buddy look, Waffle TV 6. Moss is 6 as well. Henry Ray is 5th.
Yeah.
Trevor Marino. Daz Reynolds. He's 3rd. Pepsi is 2nd. And obviously Lee is top.
Ain't going to last long, is it? Let's be honest.
Let him enjoy this moment, you know.
You gotta let me enjoy game week 1, top of the league. I don't mind if you want to share my team with everyone. It's up to you. If you want to click on it and show everyone my team. This is the team that's won me the first week.
So we called it, was it Fantasy Premier League team? The league, is it?
Yeah, Fantasy Premier League.
I'm just going to bookmark this so we can go to it every single time there.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. So just kind of fanning around for it. Peter. Oh, look, there you go. Peter O'Connor is me. I thought I said it as McManus. Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, I think McManus is cheating. I think you got two teams going on in there. There's something about it, McManus. You know, he's not lovely bloke, good games, like you know, on his show, but he's dodgy at the same time. Yeah, and he's got that dodgy Arsenal top.
Sorry, boys.
Oh my God!
No, I just wanted to see if I could make it just a little bit bigger.
Oh, you mean? Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can press on your team, Lee, and bring your team up, and let's have a butchers of that. Seeming you're winning the league, you just might as well let us look at your team.
Yeah, go on then. I can't. Can I click on it from here? No. Maybe Tony, maybe you can click on it. Click on Football Dad's Army. It might bring the team up. Will that be another page?
No, you should be able to press on it, and the team should come up.
You've got to do it. Should be from your screen, Lee. So you'd have to go into settings. Or is it the presenter? I'm trying to think now. So no, it's from the settings. Where you can have the way you do your camera.
I don't know what you mean.
So from your settings, you'll see along the side there how you can actually have the thing set up.
Like settings.
So you should be able to see various screens at the bottom, I do believe.
Oh yeah, I can see that anyway.
Yeah, so that's where you should be able to just call up that. Should be able to just put up that one big screen of the actual league itself.
Okay.
Fair mate, I'm just going to quickly go into. Let's have a quick look at how it does it on mobile.
Like that. That's
it. That's the one.
That's the screen.
Just take your banner off at the bottom there. Your tab off at the bottom so you can see it a bit better.
Take the banner off. There you go. So that's So that's the league. Now, how do we show everyone the team? This is.
I mean, normally on the site, you normally press on your team, and it comes up. So if you go to there you go. Yeah, there you go. 85 points.
85 points for game week 1, which is quite decent. And I have got a Spurs player in my team, which I'd never thought I would have, but yeah, I
look at that. What a load of shit.
So I've got David Raya in goal. I've got Guardiola, Porro, and Akanji in defence. Eze, Saka, Anthony, Odegaard, and Mo Salah across the midfield.
Now I'm in the middle then, am I?
And João Pedro at what?
You said Anthony. So I'm between Odegaard and Saka. Well, I like it.
I
Go on,
mean,
then.
sorry, Anthony Gordon. What did I say Anthony for? Yeah, Anthony Gordon in the midfield. I'm a shifty sod, Anthony. Because he's got two teams in there. But that is shot really. Should we show whose team's this? This is
Anthony's team.
Hey chaps, hey Scott. We're just looking at the fantasy Premier League team. Scott's in there as well, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
So, and that's what's that? Watkins, Haaland, and
João Pedro.
João Pedro up front. Yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not as good as my team.
Yeah, but the only people that's going to get your points mainly will be your midfield.
This is Scott's team.
This is Scott's team. Here you go, Scott. Who's your team? So I can't see it because.
So he's got Martinez in goal. In the back three is Gabriel Saliba. 5 across the midfield, which is Odegaard, Eze, Smith Rowe, Bruno Guimaraes, Palmer, who's just won Young Player of the PFA Awards.
Yeah.
And up top is Haaland and Solanke.
That's not bad, though. That's not a bad team either. You'd think that'd be a good side, wouldn't you?
Yeah, what's McManus's team like?
Where is he now? Living Saliba Loca.
51. Fucking hell, he's above me.
Yeah. He's gone for Pope in goal, that one. Yeah, Virgil, Walker, Gabriel Gay. Then he's got Bernardo, Palmer, Smith Rowe, Son, Isaac, and Haaland.
But yeah, is that a bench full of players of Wolves?
It looks like it, yeah. It's got the
Pedro Lima, Fraser, Pelson, Hodge.
Who?
Hodge.
Exactly. Who?
Where am I now? Let's have a look at my team so I can just get an idea.
You got food points, Lee, because of who you had as good points because who you had as captain. Yeah. You know.
So that's what I went with. So you got Martinez in goal. Then you got Van der Ven, Kilman, Saliba, Cucurella, Bernardo, Rice, Foden, and Bowen, Haaland, and Fulkrug.
That's not a bad team either. That's not a bad team either, to be fair. You've gone 4-4-2, Tone.
Yes, mate.
A lot of people I noticed go with 3 defenders.
Yeah. I might change it.
No,
you
can change it. But in all fairness, there's a guy in the Man United agenda one. He's done 4-4-2. And he's top of the league, and he's got about 100 points with 4-4-2 formation.
Wow! He must have had some good goal scoring defenders in it. I think you get more points for defenders scoring goals, don't you? I mean, Porro scored for me yesterday. Yeah. I'm annoyed as well, Scott. I put a Spurs player in my team. I said I wasn't going to do it, but.
So Fuzzy's gone with Edison in goal. Then he's gone 3-4-3. Walker Peters, Gay, Saliba, Mainu. There's a surprise. Madison, Palmer, Gordon, and then Watkins, Isaac, and Zirkzee.
Yeah.
Zirkzee.
I had him in one of my teams because I've changed it about 1,000 times at least.
Shambles,
1,000 times.
So who's this team now, team? Sorry?
That's Fuzzy's team.
Fuzzy's team, yeah.
Yeah, I did, Scott.
See, trouble is, though, it's like what I said, nobody's already got Haaland, have you noticed? And it's because he takes a big chunk of your money.
Yeah, I've got Haaland in the team. I picked him.
Yeah.
I did have him. I did have Haaland and Salah, but then the rest of the team was absolute pony at one stage. So I just thought about penalty takers, and attacking defenders. Like Garvidal, Porro. Akanji occasionally scores, but you like more like fullbacks. Because Garvidal's a left back. I mean, Porro as well, full back. They both scored. He scored. We proved it. He scored yesterday, and I just thought try and get some penalty takers on there because Saka's a penalty taker. Eze's a penalty taker for Palace, and who else did I have in midfield? Oh, I can't think now.
If that's the case, you're giving away all your secrets.
Yeah.
You're giving away all your secrets. So people's going to be changed. So,
Yeah, but don't forget, he's changed it 15 million times before you even put it up there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Do you know what? Right, I went. I looked through the photos.
You saw them out with Wolves, didn't you? A combined 11 Wolves player, and he was like, "No, I can have them."
I did screenshot every team because I was you don't even understand how much it was driving me insane. So there were some nights that I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking, "No, I've got to change that player." Oh, mate, it's hard. It's hard. You only get 4 free transfers. You get 1 transfer a week, I thought.
Yeah, it's normally 1 transfer a week.
You've got a wild card. Your whole team, Scott. You get 1 transfer a week. You can build up. I think you can build up to. You can carry over transfers like for up to 5 weeks.
Oh, is it? What? So you get 5 free, like?
Yeah, you get.
So basically, if you left your team for 5 weeks, is that saying you get 5 free transfers or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I looked. I watched a couple of these tutorials, and they said, "Yeah, you can. This is a new rule this year. You can roll over. Maybe last year you weren't allowed to roll over as many weeks, but you can roll over. I think it was 5 weeks. They said. I'm sure they said it might be 4. What Scott's saying here, you only get 4 free transfers. But I know if you go over that, it costs you points. It costs you 4 points.
Yeah.
So you can have the transfers, but then it costs you 4 points, like you said earlier on, Anthony. It costs you 4 points.
And if you go to West Ham, obviously you've got the mystery token. Apparently, if you click on that, which is January the 25th, that's the only day you can click on it. Apparently, you unlock, and that's unlock a certain Eddie Nketiah. I don't know what that is. I mean, that's what it is. It's a mystery one. So I don't know whether it's a mystery one, whether it says it can take these free. Like you might have a choice out of 2 players being taken out of your team, and you can be replaced with these 2 players. Like swaps or anything. I don't know what it can literally be anything. So on January the 25th, that's the day that you can only open it on. If it goes over, you can't use it.
Do you have to, if you click it, do you have to use it?
It could be.
Like,
you might have to. I don't know what it is. It states in the rules that there's a mystery token in there, and you've got to open it on the 25th of January. That is all I know.
Okay,
basically.
But,
so it can literally be anything.
I wouldn't want it to be something that you click on and then you're forced to use it. I know it's only one day, but they can offer it. Like you might not want to change. You might not.
No. Do you know what, Tim? I laugh if Lee clicks on it and it came up minus 50 points. I'll piss myself laughing.
I won't play no more. I'll say I'm not playing it no more. Dad's giving him right. Scott's saying one of my players has gone on loan out of the EPL. So do I get a free transfer? I think you do.
You do, yeah, you do. If you go into your team, Scott, press on him, then press transfer, and then you can pick another player to that, obviously to his value.
Yeah, because I heard something as well. If you've got a player that, say you've got 3 Arsenal players in your squad, because you only have 3 from one team, and they buy a player that from the that's already in your team as well. So that would mean you have 4 players from Arsenal. You can keep him for that one game, and then you have to transfer him out after that game.
Yeah.
So for one game, you could have 4 players from one team. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You get Cedric. Get Cedric for the mystery token. Okay, yeah, I can't wait for that anyway.
It could be anything to the mystery.
Yeah, that was good, man. I mean, yeah, I like the way you could do that. Put that up on the screen as well. I'm gonna have to work out how I can log into it on this laptop, so I can. So it doesn't. It's not a big thing. I appreciate what you've done there, Tom. Thanks a lot for that.
Mate.
But
Leo, I think there's a video you can watch on YouTube. If you go onto YouTube and type that in, there's a video you can watch, and you can actually copy it as you go, but as you watch the video, sort of thing. So it does tell you.
I know how to present the tab, but I just couldn't. For some reason, I've fucking forgotten my login details. Because I'm not when I press the app, it's automatically there. So I've forgotten my login details to log into. So I tried to log into it on the tab on the new tab.
Oh, what's that? Your password in that you're on about?
Yeah, the email and password. I've fucking forgot.
Oh right. If you know what your email is, you could type your email in, and then you could just automatically press change password, and then what they do, they send you a link across to your email. And you change your automatically change your password on, and then
if you struggle, Lee, just get in touch with me, mate, and I'll help you through it.
All right. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that. Scott's Kirk. Good to see you, Scott. Man, I have sent you out a couple of links and a couple of messages, and I mean, I know you're the other side of the world, the man from tomorrow, aren't you? And the shows are starting a little bit earlier now. I know you probably can't get on as much as you probably would like to, but I mean, the opportunity's there if you ever fancy it like now. But I know we're wrapping up now pretty soon, but you could always come on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes if you ever wanted to. And we're doing a new show as well on Thursdays. It's not going to start. I'm not sure exactly what Thursday, whether it's going to be this week, next week, or whatever. I'm not sure yet exactly when it's going to start, but it's going to be a Premier League Q&A thing. I mean, if you're interested in that, you can come on that at any time because, you come on the early shows and I thought you enjoyed it. And I know you haven't done anything over the summer, but if you ever fancy it, just let me know, mate. Jamie Vardy is the GOAT of the week. What? And he can... What? What's that say? Jamie Vardy is the GOAT this week. And his can of Red Bull. Because he scored the equaliser against Spurs. I should imagine that's what he's saying. When do the clocks change in the UK?
End of October.
October, yeah.
Last weekend. The last weekend in October, isn't it?
Yeah, right at the end of October.
Yeah.
They go back.
I was going to invite my missus onto the not on the show, but actually put her team into the Fantasy Football League. And then I checked it, and I thought, and I helped her pick her team. I thought, fucking cow, you got more points than me, so she ain't coming in it. I should put her team in there, really.
So when the clocks go back in October, does that mean? So we start at 7:30 p.m. here. So when the clock goes back, would that mean?
Well, it's still be 7:30, but technically it'd be 8:30 this time now. But the clocks go back an hour. So basically, when their clocks go back an hour, so basically, Scott is 7:30 UK time. That's all you need to know, basically, and then
when our clocks go back.
But he's saying he can only do 8:30 a.m. shows.
So it will.
That's what you've got to bear in mind for Scott. He's got to, he can only do that. Not being funny when you look at it, it's like Kieran. When he does with Budgie and that, it considers 10 o'clock. Because he said it was 6 o'clock in the morning there in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we could do that you know, for the when we do the Thursday shows. Maybe if you want to come on the Thursday, we can push it forward.
Just speak to him and organise it. I mean, that's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. We'll sort it out. Well, maybe we can do when you come on the show. Maybe we can do it a little bit later. Yeah, school runs, etc. I get that, Scott. Yeah. So maybe if you ever fancy coming on the show, we could always run it an hour later. So yeah, that probably wouldn't be too much.
Could do, yeah.
All right then. Anyway, is there any other business?
The only thing I'll say is City are looking out for 2 strikers. One is apparently imminent, and possibly, you've already mentioned him, Anthony, is the return of Gundogan to City.
Yeah, Gundogan. Yeah. I'd love him to come to Arsenal.
Yeah,
he'll go back to his bread and butter because he knows he can walk into that team virtually.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying earlier. I mean, he's like 34, and he doesn't play like a 34. He's still got the pace, the skill, the football. He plays like he's in his peak thing, like a 28-year-old.
Yeah. Well, look at Kante in the Euros, isn't it? He was the same.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. That's about it on any other business. But where we go. Thanks, Lee, for inviting us on as always. And as always, my co-host above me. It's always good to see him with him again. Now he's found his 50 pence in the meter. Got the fucking internet working.
Yeah, got that sorted now. Yeah, I was fuming that Sunday. Because I was telling Lee before we did our show earlier today, wasn't it? I said I've had problems with me bloody Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
it was all over the bloody weekend. So yeah, it was a bloody nightmare. So, but yeah, it's all sorted now. So the show tomorrow, obviously looking forward to tomorrow's show, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's where obviously what Tony said. You can find me and Tony. Obviously, Lee watches the show. You pops up in the chat. So that'd be a good show. Then the Sunday night takeaway on Sunday, and then obviously back to this show on the Tuesday night of the show Football Dad's Army, where we're just going to be talking Arsenal, West Ham, maybe just throw a bit of Premier League in there, and the Fantasy Football League. So hopefully Lee ain't going to be top next week. If he is, I'm going to be pissed.
Wicked. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody in the chat. Good to see you back in the chat, Scott. And listen, God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.